Good evening, everyone. You got Kody Ashmore bringing you tonight's free video. And what I want to do in this video is talk about the stats that led to my $20,000 payout from Apex trading these platforms, right? So here are the stats. And before I even break down the stats and everything, let's go ahead and talk about what is the trade. I get asked this quite often, like, I don't know. I don't marry these accounts. I just I'm looking at it as a trade. And so for me, the way I look at this is the trade is the debit paid, like buying an option contract, and that's the risk, right? And then the reward is obviously the amount of payouts you can get. And once you blow the accounts, the trade is closed, right? So I did this. So all this is going to be times 10 because I have 10 accounts that I am trading all this in. So this would be all times 10. So this would be 50,000 and so on and so forth. So let's talk about expenses total for this, right? So I have 10 accounts. I bought each one when they were 90% off, so that's $18. If you were to times that by 10, that is, right, $180. All right, so now after that, there is a $125 activation fee once you're funded. So from there, we're going to have to take 1,125 is what it took to activate it. You add them together, and that equals a total of 1,430. Right, and you don't obviously have to do it all that much, or you do 5, 1, whatever it is. Just the point is this is how much it cost me to enter this quote-unquote trade. Now that I have received a 20k payout for this, and if you haven't seen this, let me go ahead and pull it up. All right, so this was I got an email this morning saying it's been sent to my bank. It should be there in five to 7 business days, sometimes next week, maybe even the week after. But you see, after trading for 11 days, got paid out 2 grand twice, and boom, that equals 20,000. So now if we go back to here, we know that we have a total of 1,430 as the debit paid, right? Our risk. The reward was 20k. So far, it's not over yet. I haven't lost the accounts yet. So you can see how that's a huge risk reward, right? So that's the trade. I am comfortable. If I blow these accounts, I am okay with it because the risk has been covered. It is not a risk-free trade. It doesn't matter. From a business standpoint, expenses are covered for several months, right? So all that to be said, that's the trade. I'm trading. I have the skills to take a payout to cover the expenses that are required to make the trades, right? So there's that. Now let's talk about the trade. So this is over those 11 days. You see total, I came out to, we'll just use it from a one account basis. So that way there's no confusion. But like I said, the true numbers all here is times 10. But this is just one account. This is the printout from the performance that Tradeovate gives you when you click download PDF. So it's all straight from the broker. All right, so gross, net 5,000. So I'm, obviously happy with that. Average trade time is about 2 minutes 40 seconds. That's not bad because I do take profits pretty quickly. And then I am profitable 60% of the time. Expectancy of 41.52. And cool. So I'm all happy with that, right? Let's go ahead and see is there anything we need to where there's improvement. 60% win rate is okay, but one thing worth noting is my average winner and average loser is pretty close to the same, right? I would like those to be a little bit different. I like my winner to be a little bit higher. However, a high win rate of 60, I like it to be closer to 65, 70, but 60% I'm okay with getting that going. But that's something I want to work on. I want my R to be higher, my reward to be higher, or increase my win rate, which I obviously, like you see here, is 60%. So I would like that to be more. However, there was some fat finger issues like this. You see this big old loss right here? My trade copier, I'm sure it was user error. I'm sure I messed up somewhere, but whenever you set up 10 on there, I set it to enter a position for 10 contracts. But when you have 10 accounts, it sends off one contract per account, right? So whenever, but it didn't do that. It actually had it on only on this account, on one account. So therefore, I was like, ah. So I had to hurry up and bail before that one loss turned into a ginormous loss, right, and blow the account. So that's what that is there. That's that big fat finger loss that occurred. But luckily, it was only on this one account, and it survived and still managed to get the payout on it. But that's what that big one there is. But so if I was to look at this in terms of where there's improvement, I would like my win rate to be higher, and or I would like my winner to be a little bit higher than here. Say if my average loser stays at 173, I would like my winner to step it up to at least 200, 250. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. I would like to work on this. That's going into next week. That's what I'm going to be working on. Something I want to have journal down and be mentally prepared for to have a better week next week. And we scroll down. Here's just a cumulative P&L. You can see it just cruising up. I mean, you see it rises up, dips down. And one thing also I found interesting is I don't really trade in the afternoon. I usually place my trades here, and you can see this is usually where I'm the most profitable, right? And I did take a fat finger there, but yeah, so I'm never really trading in these little after hours here. So anyways, going forward into next week, I'm going to be looking into increasing my R if I can, or increasing my win rate, preferably both, but we'll see what happens. But I hope y'all all have a fantastic weekend. If you are trading prop firms and whatnot, tell me which one's your favorite and potentially why. Have you received a payout before? I always like to hear other people's successes, and I do actually circle back around into Simpler's channel, and I answer from my own personal YouTube account, just to talk to y'all and see how everyone is doing. So if you have any questions about prop firm space or anything like that, feel free to ask away. But all of you have a fantastic weekend, and I will see y'all whenever I'm doing the videos again. Take care, everybody.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments that I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me over.